Hey guys, it's great to be here with you on the seminar on how to grow business with Google. I am doing this live from Station Houston, which is one of the hubs for tech companies in downtown Houston, Texas. It's going to be an interesting overview of what's going on in the online world and how individual small businesses can grow their businesses using Google. I'll be sharing my screen here, so you will be able to see my presentation in a second. I see people are joining, so we can just wait for, I guess, a few minutes and then go live. And if anybody wants to ask any questions during the seminar, you'll be more than welcome to add any comments, and I'll be more than happy to discuss those comments. All right, I see more people joining, so I'm just being a little patient. You guys bear with me for a couple of minutes. We're just gonna go live. All right. I think we should be good to go. All right, guys, you've all heard about how Google has been growing in the last few years. You probably know that it has become a part of everybody's day-to-day life. You know, numbers show almost every day there is over 4 billion times. 4 billion times. That's a very large number. 4 billion times people are searching on Google looking for keywords. That's a very, very large number. That's almost more than half of world's population, 4.2 billion times in one day. That means like an average from every 2 person on the earth, 1 person is searching something on Google. That's the average number. And that number has been growing drastically since '99 when Google was founded by 2 college students. So those guys, you know, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, those guys basically founded Google. They were discussing it, you know, before the 2000, but the company was formally founded in 2003, and it has got to a point that it has become one of the 2 main hubs of pretty much all the marketing budgets that a lot of companies are spending. So how does that work? How does the Google marketing work? If you have ever searched anything on Google, what you would see is there are 3 groups of content that you would see on Google. The first is the ads that you will see on top of the page. So when you search, let's say you're searching for plumber near me, and you're wherever in the US you are, you just search, okay, plumber near me. Google is going to show you 3 types of results. The first one is the ads. So Google shows you some ads that are basically paid by businesses to get leads from Google. Those ads are usually shown on top of the page, and you will see the term AD before the links that appear on the page. Then usually Google shows you a map with a number of results on the map. Those are basically when Google is locating your location and giving you a list of close by businesses that match the keyword that you searched on Google.
I can't see your screen.
Okay, looks like you're having...
It's on the top right hand side under FaceTime camera. and you can change the input itself.
Okay. Looks like you're not being able to see my screen. Let me see if I can make sure. Are you talking about?
Is there maybe a place?
It's not on here. I think it's gonna help if we can get the screen shared. I think it's okay. We should probably. I don't want to take everybody's time, so let's just move on. I'm going to be talking, and you guys can. I guess I'll share the presentation later, so you guys can see it. So let's move on.
Why don't you send me the presentation now, and I'll link it. I'll just immediately link it here.
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. Let me. So we're going to put the link to the presentation so you guys can look at it while I'm going over.
Hey guys, for those who have said hi in the chat, I just want to go ahead and shout you guys out. Hey Jennifer, hey JC, hey Nicole, Latonya, and Key, and Cindy. Yeah.
All right, looks like this is going to be also better lighting. All right, guys. So sorry, it's some technical thing, but we're going to go ahead and continue the seminar. Marshall is going to share the presentation, so you guys can download it from the comment section, right, Marshall? Mm-hmm. Awesome. So yeah, so over 4 billion times people are searching on Google, and what happens every time you search a keyword? Let's say you're searching for plumber near me. What happens is you're going to see 3 groups of results. The first one are the ads. Those are paid ads that Google charges those businesses if anybody clicks on any of those ads. And I'm going to discuss that a little more later. Then you're going to see some results on the map. So those are basically the local businesses that match the keyword that you were searching in Google's database. And then there is organic results, which are basically the free results. Those are results that Google does not charge anybody. It is just that Google has found those pages, scanned those pages, found them relevant to the keyword that you're searching, and then it lists them and shows them to you based on some criteria, which we're going to discuss in a minute. So overall, you can say there's 2 types of results. There is the paid ad, and then there is the organic or the free results. Of course, you like to be on the free side of the results, but also it might be worth it for some business owners to get some paid results, because that's also getting leads. And of course, you always have some marketing costs for a business, but you want to grow your business. So how does that work? What is the basis for Google to develop that result for every time you search? I mean, first thing that is very interesting, I'm not sure if you have noticed, but let's say you search for a keyword and you would see on the result, you can do it right now. If every time you go to Google and search for a keyword, it gives you the time it took Google to create your list of results. That's interesting. It's interesting information it shows you. Like when I search plumber near me, Google showed 0.75 seconds, basically in less than a second, and Google gave me 768 million results. So how is that even possible? In less than a second, Google is giving you 768 million results. And imagine, Google is doing that over 4 billion times every day. And so many people are doing that same search with you. While you're doing that search, Google is showing. So millions and millions of results for billions of people, and every time less than a second. How is that even possible? Of course, Google is not searching and scanning the web every time everybody just goes and searches for a keyword. That's not what's going to happen. What happens is Google actually already has that list of results in its database. It has already made the decision about what would be the result for every given keyword before even anybody searches for those keywords. So when Google when Google receives an inquiry about a keyword or a phrase, it automatically just pulls the data from its database and displays them. So then you realize there's a two-step process. One is having that information in Google's database and having the score or the point that is better than other results in Google's database and in Google's basically system. And then, of course, every time there is traffic, there is someone who's searching for that keyword on Google, you get that traffic, you get that lead to the page. So what are the criteria for Google to scan, to give the scores for every keyword? So, the way it works is for every keyword, for every combination of keyword, Google has a set of these results. So, and Google doesn't, of course, do it from the keywords to the result. The way Google works, Google scans the web all the time. Every few weeks or every couple of weeks, more or less, Google scans every single page that it has access to. They say there is a dark web. There is a part of the internet that is not shared with anybody. There's a part of the internet that does have a presence in the open internet. Or let's say that there is a side of internet that the links are shared. How does that work? Like, Google gets information about any page on the internet in two different ways. The first way is that if a link is directly introduced to Google. So let's say you're creating a fresh new website, just a brand new website, has never been on the web, you just created the website. Google is not going to know about that web page unless someone introduces that link to Google. So there is a way that you can just go to Google Webmaster. There is a system that Google has, which is called the Webmaster, and you can actually directly put that link into Google's database and say, okay, scan my page. So that's the first way. So Google starts getting to know about the page, puts it on the schedule, and within days, usually like less than 2 weeks, it scans the page. The second is if the page is linked in another page that Google already knows. So if your page has a link to some other page, which Google already knows, has been introduced to Google at some point, then Google is going to know about your page through the link in that other page. So those two other ways are the only ways that Google will start to scan a web page. Then, of course, there's so many, I'm not sure how many, but there are like millions, if not billions of pages on the web that are available to Google based on one of those two criteria. So Google scans those pages, and the way it does, it's completely automated. There's no human behind it. I mean, of course, there are programmers who have developed that system, but the system is completely, I guess, automatic, and there is no, I guess, manual part in that process. Google scans different pages, and it doesn't only scan the text, it also scans the videos. And the way it scans the videos is it first converts the voice to text and then it scans that text. So if you think about it, Google is going to have a large database of links and then content or text. And then those text and content, of course, those are the basis for giving you, relating every one of those links to any search inquiry. So let's say I'm searching for a plumber, right? So Google has the list of all the links that have the term plumber in them. So Google will take that as a sign of relevance. So Google is going to have maybe millions of pages. I showed you, like on this specific case, it was 768 million results for plumber near me. So it found all of those pages relevant. So plumber is mentioned. So the first step is having a relevant content. But that's not the only thing. There is a second immediate important step, which is the location keyword. So on the web, every page, you could have your server, you could have your information on some computer in Philippines, and you can still have Houston, Texas on that page. And according to Google, that location is relevant to that page. So if someone is searching for Houston, Texas plumbers, and there is a computer in Philippines that has a page that talks about plumbers in Houston, Texas, Google will take that as a relevant result for people in Houston, Texas. So what matters is not where your business is from. What matters is what location is mentioned on that page. So other than the keyword that is the immediate, I guess, first priority, the second is if there is a location relevance, that location must be also mentioned on that page. Then there are two other key criteria. The third is the credibility of that page. You know, if it's a completely brand new website versus a website that has been there like for years, you know, so Google does take that into consideration. It does respect it when there is a page that has links in some other websites, especially on some websites that are like highly credible, like on some highly popular websites. When they link a page to, when they put a link to a web page, those web pages get more respect and more rating from Google. So that's the third criteria. And the fourth one is the user experience. So imagine if you have a website and when someone comes to your page, basically right after they come to the page, they just close it. Versus in your page, when someone comes to your website, they spend some time on the page and they scroll up and down and they maybe even go to some other tabs of the same website. So that Google takes that into consideration and respects it when users are apparently getting engaged with the website versus when they just close it right away. So I mentioned 4 criteria: the content, the location, the credibility, and which is credibility is mostly like the backlinks in other websites, and the traffic behavior or the user experience. Those 4 criteria are the main basis. You know, there are like over like 100 factors that Google takes into consideration, and it's not completely public information. They do update it from time to time, but the core, the main rules are kind of known to experts in the market, that Google takes these rules and it does. Some of the information also even is available. You can actually see, for instance, you go to a specific website, you can get the information from Google how many backlinks Google has from that page, how many, what's the Google traffic, I guess, bounce rate information, whether people are getting engaged, whether or they are just basically closing the page and don't get engaged, and also the keywords that Google finds on those pages. So I want to give you a little bit of more, I guess, simple, I guess, example of how this works. So I did search, like I said, I searched plumbers near me on Google, and I got the 3 types of results. On the top, there were ads. Then there was some location. There was like Google Maps suggesting some locations. Then lower in the page, there were actually 3 organic results, the 3 top organic results. And I did the search from Houston, Texas. So the results are from Houston, Texas, because I searched plumbers near me, and Google knows I'm searching from Houston, Texas. So the first 2 results were from some directories. The first one was from Yelp. So Yelp.com, it says the best 10 plumbing in Houston, Texas. So basically it's a directory. So it's not an individual business. You go to that page and you see again a list of results, of course, organized by Yelp. Then there was the second result was the best plumbers near me, and that was by homeguide.com. So that's again another directory. So it's not an individual business. But then the third result was plumbing services, John Moore Plumbing, Houston, Texas, and then even has a Houston, Texas phone number, local phone number. So it was an individual business. So there were the ads, there were the location results, and then there were organic, and then there were 2 big companies that had directories, and then the third one was the individual business results. Now I'm going to tell you about what's going on, what's happening to that link. That result, which is pretty much like lower in the page, if you imagine, there were ads, there were mapped, and there were like those 2 big company directories. That individual link is receiving 7,900 free visitors from Google every month. That's almost 8,000 traffic every single month. And that's receiving all of that traffic completely for free. 8,000 visitors per month for free from Google. So, and we're going to discuss it about how that works, but you got already the idea from what I have already mentioned about what are those, the basis for making that decision to rank this website in that. But even though that's a link like almost at the bottom of the page, but 8,000 times people are visiting that page from Google for free. The cost, if you were to run ads, if you were to run Google ads to get that traffic from Google for the same traffic, for the same 7,900 monthly visitors from Google, the cost of that traffic would have been $102,000 a month. So over $100,000 a month is the value of the traffic that this website is receiving every month for free from Google. Isn't that amazing? I mean, that's a lot of $102,000 a month. That's a lot of budget for running ads. Not everybody can afford that, but this little, I guess, this local business, I'm not sure how little it is, but it is able to get all of that traffic from Google completely free. So I can be a little more detailed on how that works. Actually, from that almost 8,000 traffic, almost 2,000 times, 2,100 times, people are searching for that same business. So it does mean that that business has a known brand. People are searching for that very specific business. But almost 6,000 times, 5.8 thousand times a month, when people are finding that page on Google, they're not searching for that business. They're just searching for what they need, which is like plumber, like the way I did, plumber near me, emergency plumbing, or similar keywords. So this I want you to think of what I'm just explaining, not just from the perspective of the individual, like the plumbing keyword or the individual website. I want you to think of it as the framework that applies on every other keyword for every other business and every other website. This relationship, the way a website can be ranked organically on Google results and can get free traffic from Google, that concept is what we're talking about. And this is just an example of how that works. So how does that work? Okay, so making it very simple, those 4 criteria mentioned, the content, the credibility, the user behavior, and the location information. Those 4 criteria are the top reasons that Google will even rank a website for a keyword or for an inquiry. So that means if you really want to be successful in this market, the first thing you need to do, you need to have a web page. If you don't have a web page, Google never has any ways to know about you and your business. So you have to have a web page. And then that web page needs to be optimized, needs to be connected to Google. And how can that be connected to Google? There is basically 2 different ways, like we discussed. One is organic. So there is enough content, there is enough credibility of that page, there is enough backlinks for that page that brings them up on the list of results, or you do ads and you set the ads right. And of course, depending on what keyword, the cost of ad could be optimized and all that. But the key here is there is data. That's really what, to me, is most valuable. You're not shooting in the dark. If you are using Google, and that's what makes even Google by far a more effective tool than Facebook. If you want to have a completely predictable future and a completely predictable growth and plan to grow, because on Google, you can see the search volume on every single keyword. You can see how many times people are searching for keywords that are relevant to you. You can see what's the trend on those keywords. You can actually see if whether the search volume is increasing or decreasing with time. Like, for example, on plumbers near me, it has been increasing in time on Google. I'm looking at the data right now. It's on one of the slides. If you're looking at the slide, it's on data is available, predictable growth. That's on that slide. Then there are other factors that are available, like information, what's the competition, what's the keyword difficulty, some of the other information. So now imagine, a lot of small businesses, they don't do this stuff. They just jump onto either trying to grow their business through their network or possibly do some stuff on Facebook. But to me, it's so unpredictable what happens. Like, you want to know in 6 months, in 12 months, in 18 months, where you stand, how many clients you're going to have every single week or every single month. You cannot do those projections with Facebook or through the word of mouth or other ways. You cannot have that solid projection. But with Google, you can actually have solid projection, because you can say, okay, here's what the volume is on Google. Here's my landing page. This is how I'm connecting to Google, whether it's through SEO or through through paid ads. You're going to be able to say, okay, here's the available opportunity, because you don't even know how many people on Facebook are interested in the service that you're offering. You don't just know. It's just passive, right? People are going to Facebook to post family photos, and then maybe you put a page, and then people are getting to know your page, and maybe in the long run it creates some business opportunity. I'm not saying it doesn't. Of course it does, and it's definitely better than not having that activity. But it's very hard to have a predictable plan about how that grows. But with Google, you actually have numbers. If you want to have 50 clients every month, 50 new clients every month, you can actually get them that 50. Okay, if I want 50 clients every month, then if on my page, on my brand page, my conversion rate is 5%, that means I'm going to need to have 1,000 visitors to my page every month. And then the great thing with Google is that these are people who are actually actively searching for those keywords. So in Facebook, people are just going and socializing, and then they see some ads. But on Google, people are actually going and searching for the keyword. I'm going to Google and searching plumbers near me. So I'm much a warmer lead, and I'm much more ready to hire a plumber than someone who is just randomly seeing an ad on some public place or like on Facebook. So you can actually have a good conversion rate, and then so if the traffic is already relevant, warm traffic, and like it's 1,000 time traffic, and you can both, whether it's SEO or it is paid ad. And I'm going to explain what SEO means: search engine optimization. So that's basically that free traffic, organic traffic. You're trying to set it such that you can get ranking and you can get free traffic from Google. Either way, you will be able to see beforehand, before even you start anything. You can just go and pull the Google data, and you can see what is the search volume. I mean, maybe you're living in an area that the service you're offering in total has like 200 monthly search volume. Then of course you're not going to be able to get 1,000 monthly traffic. But if you have a keyword, or you're listing enough number of keywords on your web page that are relevant to your service, and collectively they have thousands of searches every month, then yeah, so you obviously have the market. Google numbers just tell you. Then the question is, how do I get my website ranked properly? And then you're going to have to go through getting those criteria met, content being relevant, having the location information if there's a location relevance in your service, then having backlinks, trying to have other websites link to you, have other people mention you on their blogs, on their news articles, on their other websites. So, and then there's the user experience. So when people come to your website, the content is, whether it's entertaining, whether it's so relevant, whether it's so rich, so people like to stay on our website. They don't just quit, and they don't just close the page. So if all of those criteria, you're going to start seeing coming up and up and up, and you're going to be able to see you being ranked on the possibly the first page or the first 3 results on Google and organic. So if I was to summarize, if you want to grow your business with Google, the first thing I would say is you got to develop a strategy that uses Google data, and by using Google data, which means you're going to look at the volume, search volume, and a lot of time you can have a combination of keywords that collectively give you the volume that you want. That's basically your market size for those keywords. Then the second is, of course, you need to have a web page. And the web page needs to convert. You have to have a call for action. You have to have a way for people to contact you, and basically a good design in a way that traffic, or a good portion of that traffic, actually ends up reaching out to you and trying to buy your service. Then the third step is you have to connect your page with Google. And whether if it's a brand new page, you just directly go to webmaster.google.com or Google Webmaster and directly introduce the link, or have other websites to have more credibility put links related to the links of your page on their pages. And there is also Google Ads. Google Ads is a good start point to quickly and immediately start getting leads from Google, which in the long run can convert into the free traffic from Google. Now, the next thing you need is you need to have a CRM. You need to have a system to follow up. Let's say people come to your page, there's a phone number or there's a contact form, and they contact you and they don't hear back for some time. They may just go and find another result on Google. The next time they're not going to come back to your page. So you've got to have a system in place to quickly follow up when someone contacts you. It's getting very competitive in the market, especially people who are going online. They are not very patient, and if they don't hear back, they quickly jump onto the next available option. So it's pretty critical to be able to have that system in place to quickly follow up if someone contacts you through your web page. And if they do, those are going to be great long-term customers. They can be people that will come back to you if they do have that good experience. And then, of course, the last part is to close the sale. So if you have someone contact you, you got to be able to close the sale, and that doesn't have anything to do with Google or this seminar. You will be able to close your sale. Of course, you're good in what you do. You will be able to do that. And one last piece of the, I guess, puzzle is that a CRM that I mentioned, that's also important, because as these people come to your website and contact you, you can actually add them to your database. And if you stay in touch with them and you keep growing that list, whether you have paid through Google Ads to get them or you have done other stuff like getting the organic traffic, you're going to have a growing list of customers. The great thing about them is that they are yours. If you have their email address, your relationship with them is going to be independent from Google. And if you're able to give them a great service and have that relationship with them continued, then you can grow your business and your customer base even without having a dependency on a continued relationship to Google, which is great. But of course, you can still use Google to get more and more people added to your list. So that was pretty much, I guess, the core of the presentation today. But I want to also talk about Quagig a little bit. I'm the founder and CEO of Quagig. We're a company based in Houston, Texas. We just launched a new product. It's still being launched, so we're going to hopefully get the launch complete by April the 1st. But we are offering those 3 core components. The first part is the marketing strategy. You pulling Google data, looking at the specific business information, whether it is a local business or it's a remote business, looking at the volume, looking at the competition, and helping to develop a marketing strategy. That's the first part of the process. The second part is getting the web page and the website, up and running, and basically, based on the marketing strategy, making sure the content is up to date, or if there's an ad, it's connected to Google properly. And then the CRM, which means every time a lead comes from the website, it immediately goes to an app on the smartphone. You get a notification, you can follow up. And actually, the CRM allows you to add your members of your team or your clients, current existing clients, and it does allow you, it has features to send group messages that basically keep the relationship going. And you can send invoice, you can get payment, and you can get other features. So you will be able to learn more about it if you go to our website, quigig.com, and it's in the presentation. So it's a marketplace, and Quigig does have all those features, but Quigig is also like a marketplace. So every one of you who would be able to help in in offering these services, help others, you can just go and sign up in the marketplace as a service provider. If you are a business owner and could use those services, you can go and sign up on the marketplace, and you can get those tools, and you can actually get help from us or others on the marketplace to help you with growing your business. We offer the CRM for free. It's completely free. You can just download it, wait until another couple of weeks. I mean, if you just go ahead and sign up, you can sign up. It's free sign up, and you can get updates about when we have the CRM. But the CRM is going to be a free tool we're offering, so you will be able to manage your contacts, send payments, send invoices, collect payments, and all of that is going to be just the free part. But then if you want to have the website, or you want us to help you with the marketing strategy, those are the paid services that you will be able to see more information about them on the website. That's quigig.com. But given all of that, I guess, content that we discussed about how Google can help grow businesses, we have developed a very cost-effective, simple tool for small business owners and individuals who usually are not using data to grow and manage their business. And that's a key, because as you're moving forward, as it becomes more and more competitive, for you to be successful and be ahead of the curve, you must make decisions based on data. And we have built a simple tool that will help you make that decision based on data. And the great thing is that we do set up calls, so we don't, everything is not online. You will have the opportunity to talk to a person, explain what your need is, and we will help you to get things properly set. And that's something, if you're interested, you can just visit our website, quigig.com, and learn more about the solution. And if you do sign up with the standard or platinum, which are the paid subscription plans, $29, $99 per month, we will follow up with you, we will contact you, schedule a time, and we will discuss your specific business needs. Marshall, do we have any questions or anything?
No questions.
All right, awesome, guys. Looks like it was almost 40 minutes. I appreciate your time. Looks like I'm getting some likes. Thank you. It's good to share all of this information, and I'm more than happy to hear any feedback. If you guys have any questions, I can see there are some comments. Okay, CRM, what CRM stands for? It's customer relationship management. I think Marshall is answering those questions. All right, if there's any other questions, I can wait for another few minutes, and I will be watching the comments. Does anyone have any questions? All right. So so thank you, guys. I appreciate your time, and we want to do these seminars more frequently, and this is something I want to add. Maybe now that we have a few more minutes, I'm so passionate. I'm a data scientist. I'm a PhD from Texas A&M. I'm a data scientist. I'm so passionate about helping individuals who are not expert in data. They don't have that background. They don't have that skill set to really use data to make day-to-day decisions. I'm so passionate about helping people on that, helping them to use all of these techniques which the big guys are using. That's how big guys are being much more cost-effective on their customer acquisition costs, being much more cost-effective in their marketing strategy, and being able to reduce any overhead costs and be able to maximize their profit. But the small business owners usually don't have that access, don't have those tools available to them, because they're usually basically going by their experience, how the way they were doing things in the past. But things have changed. If every day over 4 billion people are searching on Google for all sorts of keywords, Google started to exist 20 years ago. So we did not have less than 20 years ago. So there was no such thing 20 years ago. So you cannot keep doing business the way you would do 20 years ago. So we are building the tool for you, and I'll be personally more than happy to talk to you and see how we can help you, because you've got to change the way you do business to take advantage of all these tools. Otherwise, you will definitely see the decline on your client base because everybody is just going online, and then the smarter guys are using database methods and decision-making processes to get those leads and serve them most cost effectively. Alrighty, guys, I don't see any more. Okay, is there a phone number I can call? Sure, our phone number is, Marshall, you can put it on there, 713-999-5338. That's our phone number. That's a quick phone number. I think extension 2 goes to Marshall, and I think extension 1 or 3 goes to me. So you got the phone number. And here is the website. I just put it on there. So you will be able to go ahead and sign up through the, I think there's a pricing page that explains what we offer. Any other questions about Google, how Google can help you guys grow your business? Already, guys. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Look forward to future seminars. We're trying to do at least one every other week, possibly once a week. If you guys like the page, you'll get up to date with the upcoming seminars. It's going to be free, and I would love to stay in touch with you guys and hear any questions, any comments, and if you have any suggestions about future seminars, you're more than welcome to share that as well. Thank you, guys, and have a great day. Bye.